out today for the first glimpse inside the block's makeover of a rundown Melbourne hotel. But first, here's Joshua Daw with sport. And Josh, I was hoping this would happen. It's been a thrilling turnaround for the Wildcats.
Your wish has been granted, Alice. Of course, there was lots of finger pointing after that Cairns collapse. But today, the Wildcats were waving as the clutch Cotton silences Melbourne. Also tonight, Marsh makes history at the ripe old age of 36, and the Wallabies coach keeps his word after their World Cup exit. Call it luck or a freak piece of skill, but Bryce Cotton is again the Wildcats' hero, silencing Melbourne United with a crazy game winner. Bouncing back from the Cairns embarrassment, Perth fought all night in another chapter to their thrilling rivalry before Cotton called game. Perth and Melbourne, scores tied, a movie we've all seen before.
Seconds wind down, 7 left. The shake and bake on Trimble, and he backs it in, if you don't mind. Trimble at the other end of the buzzer. Another classic, and he gives them the wave goodbye. Warm the plane up, boys. We're heading home to Perth.
The enthralling contest came down to the final minute, where last year's grand finalists traded blows.
It's like a hot night through butter.
It was all on Cotton to produce the remarkable.
I was just trying to read the defense, see if they were going to trap, if I had to pass the ball early or not. But once I saw they didn't, I just wanted to take my time and, try to get a good shot. And fortunately, I was able to get one to fall.
The Wildcats had to be at their defensive best, especially early, with their big-name shooters cold and United heating up. But Perth found form in the third, taking the lead as Tariko White started to look deadly.
Turns on Golding, says, you reckon you're the best player in this country, son?
It got no bigger than Bryce, 27 points, helping hand their rivals a 0-3 start for the first time in franchise history.
The guys, locked in today. Good a couple of times the games might seem it out of reach, but we just stayed there, and that's the toughness that you need.
Shaun Marsh has put Victoria's experienced quicks to the sword, posting his highest ever first-class score and passing 200 as WA takes advantage on day 3 of their Shield clash. With supporting half-centuries from Josh Philippi and Josh Inglis, Marsh finished on 214, hitting 29 boundaries from his 436 ball innings.
She's back cutting towards the cover point boundary, and it's all the way along the carpet for 4. Shaun Marsh has got a double 100 at the Wacker. Stands in his skipper for his brother, embraces the challenge.
WA declaring with more than 500 on the board and picking up a handy wicket, leaving Victoria 1 for 17 at stumps. Damien Lane's chances of a remarkable Spring Carnival treble remain intact, despite being suspended for his Caulfield Cup winning ride. Meanwhile, despite a luckless outing, the David Hayes stable has only grown more bullish about its Melbourne Cup prospects.
Turkish by name and Irish in pedigree, now in a very Australian stable. Meet the new Melbourne Cup favourite.
We're really happy with him, and I hope he's good enough. I know he's good enough. We just need a bit more luck.
Bought by father David Hayes with the Cups firmly in his thinking, Constantinople finished a frustrating 4th behind Murder Glass at Caulfield, but there is a silver lining.
Positive out of the race is he didn't get a Cups penalty, and he gets in with a nice light weight. And, he's pulled up well, so full steam ahead to the Melbourne Cup.
It's now been 25 years since the Hayes stable tasted Cup success with Jearn.
But it's Jearn for the Melbourne Cup.
Back then, David Hayes was just 32, soon 57. He's about to embark on another stint overseas in Hong Kong. It means this might be the final time father and son and Tom Dabernig are a training team.
It'd be great if we could win a Melbourne Cup together with Tom. And I'm sure it'll be a big thrill for Dad because he's only won one Melbourne Cup, and as you said, it's been 25 years.
Meanwhile, a busy night in the steward's room for Caulfield Cup winning jockey Damien Lane, fined $20,000 and suspended for careless riding aboard Murder Glass. Lane will ride in the Cox Plate next weekend before returning on Melbourne Cup Day. Ayrton Woolley, 9 News.
It'll be a winner-takes-all decider in Perth next week after the Diamonds were downed by New Zealand in another Constellation Cup nail-biter. Australia got off to the best possible start, but the resilient Silver Ferns stole the show by 1 goal. For the upteenth time, a trans-Tasman clash decided in the dying seconds. The Diamonds throwing away a last gasp chance to tie.
Weston! Oh, no! Langman! Huge moment!
A bitter pill to swallow for Australia, having led by as much as 6 in the first half. Scott McLaughlin can rest easy tonight. The Peter Brock Trophy will remain his. Bathurst 1000 stewards deciding not to strip him of the win, despite finding his team did break race rules. Michael Checker has stuck to his word, resigning as Wallabies coach following their quarter-final thrashing. The Kangaroos are champions of Rugby League's newest showpiece.
Moses, a third try.
5 games across 2 days, leaving the Aussie side exhausted ahead of Friday's rematch with New Zealand.
Yeah, a bit gassed. It's more, you get up for a game and the body cools down, and you got to get up for it again. I think that just, sort of takes it out of your muscles a bit.
Chelsea are on a roll in the Premier League.
Now Alonso to drill it, and it's in.
Up to 4th after a 1-0 win over Newcastle. Aussie Aaron Moy sent off for the first time in his career thanks to a 5-minute meltdown against Aston Villa.
Silly, silly, silly. It ends his Saturday afternoon.
And it would come back to bite Brighton in the final minute.
To target, target! Unbelievable!
And finally tonight, a scary lesson in how not to celebrate. The Sooner Schooner is the famous mascot of Oklahoma's college football team. But during its touchdown tradition, the wagon took a turn for the worse.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. Watch her ability to roll. When she hits the ground, nice roll. That's what they teach you in jiu-jitsu, Joe.
Nasty. Thankfully for all involved, including the horses Boomer and Sooner, everyone escaped unharmed. Just goes to show, Alice, when you're playing with animals, you shouldn't horse around.
Yeah. How's the commentary, though?
Yeah, the Americans, they always got the on the top, don't they?
They certainly do. All right, thanks, Josh. See you soon. Australian Post is hiring extra